watch carefully, because that will be the last time I remove my OM Systems OM-5 from my Peak Design capture clip, because the OM-5 unfortunately has a major design fault. Now I'm going to jump straight into what this design fault is, because to be honest it's really annoying. And first of all, a big thank you for people who left comments on my Micro Four Thirds video I recently posted, pointing this flaw out, which I didn't really know about, and I wish I did. Basically, what it is the OM Systems OM-5 has a really weak tripod mount. Now, I knew this existed on the EM5 Mark III, which obviously was the model before. Now, I did read of somebody, I believe was possibly an OM Systems ambassador, that the OM-5 had a reinforced tripod mount. So I thought, all's good. Nothing to worry about there, Jason. Well, unfortunately, it hasn't actually been greatly improved. And the whole flaw of the thing is the tripod mount effectively fits onto the plastic body of the camera, as opposed to being bolted to the chassis, the metal chassis of the camera inside, if that makes sense, of the actual body. And ultimately what this means, it means, well, it's not rocket science, is it? If you've got metal mounted onto plastic and that's taking all your load, basically that joint's only going to be as strong as the plastic. And plastic's plastic, and plastic can break. And I have heard horror stories, and I've seen pictures of people using an OM-5 on one of these Peak Design clips, and basically it rips the camera off. So that's a serious bugbear, isn't it, really? Because I love the idea of being able to walk around and just take my camera off and take a photo, like I should be doing now, but I can't. And for me, that is super frustrating. But it gets worse. So I did a bit more digging on this, and I went on a few different websites, and I saw somebody suggest that to test if the new tripod mount was actually stronger than the EM5 Mark III, to basically mount your camera to a tripod and then to gently press on the edge of your lens, you know, of a normal size lens, of a normal kit lens, and to see if there's any flex. And I did this, and I hate to say it, with my 12-45 there was distinct movement. So really, as you want the tripod mount to be as strong as possible, and you want a nice rigid joint between your tripod and that camera, having a piece of plastic in between the two, well, it's never going to bode well, is it really? Let's face it. A serious oversight on the part of OM Systems, I think. And I just can't really get my head around why they've actually done this. Well, obviously, to save money, I'd guess. I suspect they've just pretty much just used the M5 Mark III bodies and stuck us a nice new badge on the front. I don't know, call me cynical, but I do know that it could cause me issues. Now, I suspect if I'm just using a normal lens on a tripod, I'll probably be fine. However, I like to sometimes walk around with my camera attached to my tripod, with the tripod on my shoulder. And, you know, especially if I'm going in good light and I just want to be able to react really quickly. And I worry that I could be walking around and effectively my camera could fall off. Now, I watched a video by YouTuber Henry Turner, and I know his OM Systems OM-5 came to a bit of a nasty end when his tripod fell over, and I didn't really think that much more of it. But looking at his pictures, the way it's ripped the whole base out and left this big gaping gap of plastic, well, it just goes to show that there's some serious weak points going on there. Honestly, I really can't get my head around it. But what I do know is it could really be a deal breaker for me, because I just want a camera that works and I can trust. And, you know, as much as the GH5 Mark II was a bit big, it was built like a tank, and I think I could have done anything with that. I now feel like with the OM Systems OM-5, I'm going to have to sort of mollycoddle it a little bit, and I don't mollycoddle cameras. But I'm going to stop complaining about cameras for 5 minutes, and I'm actually going to take a photo. Because really that's the whole point, isn't it? So I don't think this shot's going to be to everybody's taste. It's basically, it's a lot of fog coming in and out. So yeah, there may actually be a bit too much fog. I think I'm just going to carry on taking a few and just choose the optimum one. It's quite nice at the moment. Yeah, quite a nice little shot. I've come to the Wainstones in North York Moors National Park, somewhere I've never been to before. Keep meaning to come. I'm actually here. Perhaps a bit too much fog coming in and out. But if nothing else, it's going to be a nice recce. But yeah, it's a start anyway, and I'll put the shot on the screen for you now. So yeah, now I've got a bit of a dilemma because I actually really quite like the camera and I like the photos it's producing. But I've got a sort of a lack of confidence in the construction. And it is a problem for me. But apart from that, it could be the perfect landscape photography camera, you know. It's small, good image quality, good image stabilisation. Really, it has a lot going for it. But, you know, to put this into context, I had got myself the 40-150 zoom lens for it, so the f4. But I've sent it back because I'm just worried because it's that little bit bigger that it's going to put too much pressure on this mount here. And if I'm finding myself in a situation where I don't want to get lenses for it because I'm afraid it might break the camera, then really, what are you to do? I don't know. Any suggestions, guys? What would you do? Should I look at the OM-1? Should I maybe even look at a Panasonic G9? I don't know. Or should I just suck it and see if it holds out for me? I don't know, but let's continue on and see if we can find something else to photograph. Okay, so I've just taken a couple of shots around the Wainstones. What an amazing location. I'm really impressed. But anyway, I'm going to switch to EVF view. But before I do that, I want you to have a look at what I've got on top here. Because now I've got the phone and the monitor unit attached, this is making it even more heavy. So if I start tilting back, what that means is even more pressure on the tripod mount. So you can see why my concerns may be different to everybody else's out there. But let's just quickly take this shot. Okay, I'm just going to quickly talk you through the composition. Basically, as you can see, really for me it's all about these rocks, but I quite like the hint of these rocks on this side here, sort of effectively showing you they're not singular rocks, that they're part of a bigger formation. Amazing location. I'm really impressed. I'm an f14. I probably don't need to be f14. Bring down to f11. I'm on one stop overexposure, which to be honest I think is about right. 3 second self timer again. We'll look at the histogram. As you can see, there's a big clump on the right hand side. That's to be expected, you know, we've got a lot of light sky going on there. I think I'll probably turn this to a mono conversion. To be honest, whilst the conditions are fantastic, I'm not sure it's really what I'm looking for this location. But still, pleasing enough shot. So let's get that processed and have a look at the final result. And I'm going to end the video there, guys, because basically it's going to get dark soon and I do not want to be stranded out here on the North York moors in the dark in fog. That does send a recipe for disaster. So yeah, I'm going to call it today. Again, I've enjoyed using the camera, but even here I was walking around the rocks, which I've spun you around so you can sort of see them, and I was sort of walking around a little bit with the camera mounted on the tripod, and I was very conscious that if I slipped, that my camera's probably just going to break off the tripod, and it's a real bugbear for me. So if there's any OM-5 users out there, please tell me your experiences now. How are you getting on? Do I need to worry? Am I being overcautious? And if it does turn out that I'm actually not being overcautious and it is an issue, what would anybody recommend that I maybe get instead? I think really the two options are the OM-1 or maybe going back to Lumix and getting the original G9 Mark 1. I won't get the G9 Mark 2, I have no desire for that camera. Really, I don't know at this point, but yeah, I'm pleased with the shots I've got. And the biggest takeaway for me today is this location. I love this location, and it's definitely somewhere I will be coming back to. I think it could be wonderful in different conditions. But it's been really atmospheric today and it's been nice to be out. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon for another one. Thanks for watching.